Good evening. So this is my submission for the buffer overflow attack. Sani Rakshatam buffer overflow attack challenge. So our problem statement was just that file, that is question.cpp. It's a C++ file that it had a buffer overflow vulnerability, and when I was searching in the net, what I found that the majorly C and C++ language suffer from the buffer flow vulnerability. Thus, uh, it could lead to what you say incorrect results, memory access errors, or yes, it could also lead to some kind of system failure. Since in buffer overflow attack, you could easily clog the system memory. Yeah, so you could easily clog the system memory. So, and what we were asked to do, that we have to develop an executable code snippet to crash the application using buffer overflow vulnerability. The payload is required for the application. So I developed a code under the name of application crasher.py. And yeah, again I'm telling that I prefer to keep my Ranakshetram submission, sorry, for the earlier spelling mistake, it would be Sanya Ranakshetram submission. So I prefer to segregate out my Sanya Ranakshetram submission from my personal project. Uh, Here is my profile. Here's some of my personal projects. So I made a GitHub organization under the name of Sanya Ranakshetram submission, and here is my unrecoverable, sorry, not unrecoverable, buffer overflow attack challenge submission. So yeah, I created an executable code snippet in the application crasher.py. Actually, under the name of application crasher.py, and you have to just run this. So what would do, it would just run the question.cpp. I know that first the cpp file should be converted to exe file from the gcc. It should be converted to exe file. So here you can just edit and type question.exe, since it would be converted to question.exe. So you could just type question.exe, and you and just open the terminal, and you have to just application crasher.py, and for this you need Python 3.8. And here in code, let me explain the code. So in the question.cpp, here I can see that number is an integer. Okay, array num is also an integer. The variable array num is also an integer. So what we can see, enter the count of number, and what it is taking a num, which is an integer. So at first it require integer. Then in the for loop, what I am saying, it is like for I in range of num. So this is what is Python equivalent. I guess this is true since I have not learned the C++, but it is what according to my intuitions. What I am saying, according to my intuition, what I can interpret it as, and then I can see cout, then which means print, enter the number to be stored. So again it needs a random number. So what we can see here, that it needs two different numbers. And since this would be printing in console, so we need an code snippet which would actually, what you say, communicate with the console. So in order to communicate with the console, we use the subprocess module, from which we use pop open pipe and stout pipe, std in pipe, and st error would be pipe, and this is there, that universal new lines equal to 2 for text line communication, for the text line communication. Now for while true, this loop would be an infinite loop. It would communicate to console, that just print a random number to console, and this question.cpp will take and what do you say, just as the time passes, soon the application will crash and system will also, you can say, crash. So that's how you can do it. Also, if you don't want to run, and in order to run this, what you have to do, Python application crasher.py. You have to just do the Python application crasher.py, so it will just run the application crasher.py file. And if you don't want to do this, and you just want to run it from the Python interactive console, so what you have to do, in the terminal you have to just type Python, and it would open the interactive Python console, and you have to just copy and paste it here and press enter. So here in the Python interactive console also this would run, and this would then just open the question.cpp, and it would run, and then it, and at some point of time, some point in the time it would crash. And also this could be renamed to question.exe, since all the C++ or C files are first converted to their binary equivalent, and binary equivalent is exe. So yeah, so thank you. So this is my submission for the Sanya Ranakshetram buffer overflow attack challenge. Thank you.